Okay, we live. Hello everyone, this is Raul, Thomas, Patrick, and Christian, and we are having a client. Thomas making
Sorry,
his
I have to turn it off.
clone
I don't know how to turn it off. All right, here we are. Okay. So, yeah.
Okay, so we're having a client meeting today with for the TakeMeAway project. So we managed to do a bit of work, and we need to touch base with Shafiq and show
I
him
can
some
hear
of the
you,
stuff that
Raul.
we've done. You still can't hear me.
Shafiq, can you hear Raul?
No, I cannot hear Raul.
Oh, really? I can hear him without any problems, actually. Christian,
This
can
is
you
weird.
hear Raul?
Yeah, it sounds fine.
Patrick?
Yep, sounds fine.
All right. So, Shafiq, how about you drop out and jump back in and see if that helps in any way?
Yep, okay. So let me try it again.
Yeah.
So I'll be back in soon.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. So I noticed that we...
Meantime, I'm just gonna.
Oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead,
go
Thomas.
ahead. No, I was just thinking about that order refactor, you know, the order endpoint. We never merged it in, I see.
Yeah, it's not merged yet, and also in the front end we don't have that working yet, so it's not final.
Ah, okay.
We can create the check. We can create the order with the checkout and everything, but we can't submit yet. So that bit is not implemented yet.
Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you.
Yes, I can.
Can you
I
hear
can
Raul?
see you, Thomas, but I cannot hear anybody.
Oh, really? That's pretty... Huh. That's so okay. Yeah, because we can hear you.
Okay. That's strange.
Yeah.
It's okay, they're on. Yeah, I started to hear something now.
Okay, do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Awesome. Cool. So let's get this started with. So we just gonna jump in and start with this. So was it last week or 2 weeks ago? The week before, we didn't get to do much work because most of us were a bit busy with other stuff on the side. But then we tried this week to like push and have some of the features implemented. So we'll try and go through some of them right now with you. Okay.
Raul, you are backing up for me.
I'm gonna start with.
So your voice is backing up.
So I was saying that
the internet connection
we
must be a little slow, Raul.
It's the same for Thomas now.
Okay.
Thomas, you see your video? gonna be one good meeting.
Water flowing. Ah,
There's some noise probably.
yeah. So you can't hear me at all, Shivik. Yeah, I stopped my video. Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas, now you stop.
Is it better now?
Slightly better, but not yet.
Hmm. That's so
And on my
weird.
side, can you hear me, Shafiq? Okay, this is not gonna be great.
I'm
What could
having,
be the problem?
I'm still having trouble to hear you guys. Let me try it again to log in. So I go out and come back.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Now I hear you very clearly.
Okay. So Raul, could you speak a little? See if he hears.
I hope this time it's the good one, eh?
But I cannot hear Raul yet.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's strange. Not
What a
hearing the
mess.
person.
What a mess.
Maybe Thomas, since he can hear you, maybe you drive the meeting.
So is there anywhere I can do any change of setups?
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna drive the meeting because you can hear me.
Yep.
So hopefully that helps. So let's see here. I'm hopefully. So we go over to Pivotal Tracker. Yes. Okay. So let's start with these stories. Yeah. So for the last 2 weeks we've been working on times we've all been a little busy with other projects, unfortunately, but we've made a push, and we have some stories that can be delivered today. We are at the end of the 1 month, the first month that we said that we will be working on this application. So today, apart from going over all the features that we have managed to develop and implement so far, we also have to make a decision about you know, how the continuation of the project. If you're happy with what we've been doing, and we have to talk to the dev team and see if we can continue working on this. I'm hopeful that we can, but this is a formal decision that needs to be made in the entire group. But to start with, we had this story about viewing a menu. So the story goes that as a user, when I visit the site, the front-end site, I would like to view this week's menu so I can place an order. So if we just have a look at client application, okay,
Client,
so
but...
yeah, but I can view the menu without being logged in, right?
Oh, right.
Yeah. So this is there is only one. Let me go from the back end as well. Yeah. So this week's menu has only 1 day, you know, for Monday, right? So if we go to this application, this is what we see. So if I would create a new menu for Tuesday, and we set the start date for and date and we select 3 items, So we have created a new menu, means that if I update this now, I should see.
I created one for Wednesday.
Oh, you created one for Wednesday as well. Okay, so now I see more than Monday, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
So here we go.
that's nice.
Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah. So this is a story. So we have an ability to access those menus from the front end. So we would say that this is we have fulfilled the acceptance criteria for this story, right?
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
And it looks great.
Okay. So we can have a look at the other one. We have an order endpoint, so we are able to create orders through the front-end application. And we can have a look at that.
Just a quick note about that story, Thomas. This story was about making it possible to create the order from the front end via the API, but we don't have the implementation of that yet. This was not about creating it from the front end person.
Okay.
So
this
possible,
one is not implemented.
Via the API. The functionality is implemented via the API, but then with the client application we have right now, we can't show him this.
Okay, so I can show it to him in a slightly different way.
Yes.
This means that we have a test written for this, Shafiq. So if I do request API v1 order, so if I run this script, we can see that once this is run, that the API is creating an order instance in the application by doing certain things. These tests are an order instance. We are creating instances of order items, which is the order itself is just a metadata about who orders something and when they're placed and when the pickup time is set and the status of an order. Then each order has at least one order item, because a client can order one dish, but a client can also order several dishes if he wants. So we are creating at least one instance of an order item, probably more. And we also return a response to the client application.
All right. So does it mean that the customer can order more than one item for a given day?
Yeah, like for his friends or something,
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah, so we can, and then we can change an item before under certain circumstances, and we can change the pick time, over the API. And if we want to delete an order, we never actually delete that from the database, but we rather set the status to cancel, because we still want that in the database. And from the backend perspective, it looks like this. So you see here in the system we have two orders, and I can view this order like this. You have a link to the client, you have the email to the client, you have a status of the order, and then here underneath we will list the order items. At this particular order, we don't have any, but I can add that like this. And this won't work probably, no, because it's not fully implemented. But in theory, this works. Unfortunately, we can't showcase this. But the status here is something that you, as a admin, when you view those orders, you can change the status like this to being processed, and then you can also cancel if you want.
Okay, all right.
You can view canceled and processed orders and all orders.
So
You know.
when a customer sends this order or place this order, will he or she will get a confirmation feedback from the system?
We haven't. We're not quite there yet. But
Okay.
there's we have a plan back in the application itself, but we haven't implemented any SMS or email confirmation yet.
Okay.
We're still working on that.
Mm.
So, but again, so this order endpoint is there. We have fulfilled the acceptance criteria for that story. However, it's not fully implemented in the front-end application yet. But that's not the part of the story, so I can say we can accept this. Then we had a small bug about changes to the menu not showing up. It was a technical issue with caching. And it's fixed. So every time we change a menu, it's automatically up as we already seen, because we did that just a second ago. So that is acceptable as well, I would say. Disclose menu item ingredients. Yes, last time we met, we spoke about that we want to have ingredients to be listed on the menu items. And if we have a look here, we have 4 different products, right, or 4 different dishes. And if we have a look at that, we have an ingredients list here, right? So if I edit this one and add potatoes, and curry, whatever, and update that, we see that the ingredients list is filled up, and in the front-end application, if I update this now, you see that the ingredients added automatically. Okay,
that's nice. That's very nice. Yeah, great.
So it's a simple way of adding ingredients, but it's working. So I think it's enough, at least for the first iteration.
Yeah, it's more than sufficient for this scheme.
Yeah. Disclose menu. Yes, so this is another story about the same thing, but actually showing that in the front-end application that we already saw that it was doing, right? So I can accept this one as well. Then we had create an order in the front end. This is not done yet, so we have to reject that story.
Hold on, Thomas. Hold on. What happened is, maybe we should have made this a single story. Is
Raul is talking to me. So hold on. So.
Okay, sure.
So we had the initial thing. We had the order thing in 2 stories. One where we could add stuff to the checkout and view the result in that page, and then we had the one to actually make the order to the API was a separate story. So this one is working.
Yeah, gotcha. So what Raul is saying to me, that this story is about creating a shopping bag, or adding a dish to an order. And if we are back here on Tuesday, for instance, add this to my cart. If I click that, I see that in the checkout I have that added, to the list, so I can create an order, and that's what this particular story was about. So even though it's not perfect in any way, because it's just the beginning, we feel that the acceptance criteria for this particular story is fulfilled. So that's quite okay.
Yeah, I think it looks good. The checkout point, so the customer can make his or her final decision.
Yeah.
One question though. Let's say if the Monday is over and it is Tuesday today, for example, then what will happen to the Monday menus? Will it get inactive
It
automatically?
will be inactive. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Could somebody write that up as we speak to deactivate the past menus?
Sure.
So anyway, so we are creating an order at I would say a basket, right? Something like that. This is okay.
Yep.
This has been done. So order workflow. What was that? It was as an admin, in order to deliver right orders to my client, I would like to access order information in the admin interface, and we do that now because we can see orders. You know, if there are any orders. So that was that particular story was about, you know, coding and implementing this interface. That's done. So we can accept that. Add image to menu. Add image to menu item. As a business owner, in order to present my dishes in a more attractive way, I would like to be able to add images to my dishes. And products, and we go to anything here. We can see that there is an image attached to this. We just grabbed something from the internet, so it's not ours.
Yeah. But it's working. It's great. So it's easy to add new pictures, right?
Yeah, I can show you how it's done.
Is there any specific format needs to be?
No, JPEG or PNG or GIF are good. So you just choose a file here. Well, I have to remove the first. I choose one file. I go to this one, and if you see it's 100%, then after a while, it's added, and now it's it's visible. So Sampriti, this story now, I think Patrick was involved, or we spoke a little bit about this during the last 2 weeks, and we've chosen an implementation where you use on cloud service source images. There's a free account that allows you to store, what is it, 35,000 images, or Sampriti, how much was that? 75,000 images.
Oh, yeah, it's more than sufficient.
More than sufficient for your needs. That shouldn't be any costs involved, but we need to. No. Right now, we are using Sampriti's personal account on that service.
It's just perfect.
We go to production.
Yep, absolutely. And in the real time, we will add on our own pictures of the real.
Yes, of course.
Materials. So it's no risk about it.
Yeah.
But the function is working.
So that's perfect. Yeah. However, it's not implemented on this front end side yet. We haven't. We need to add those images here, but it's just a matter of implementation.
Okay.
So we had a story about client authentication on front end application, and so it says, as a customer, in order to place an order, I would like to sign in and provide some basic contact details. So what happens now is that I am able to create this basket, but I will not be able to submit this unless I am logged in to the system. And I think that's right, and password.
You need to register first, I think.
No, we have a client set up. Yeah, so now I am logged in as client, you know, and this is my. Okay, this is linked, but it's not working. Okay, never mind. So, so this story is actually happens is that when you log in and log out, a request is sent over to the backend application. So you're authenticating a user to you know, against the database of users that you have in the backend admin interface.
Is it a question? Is it a must to have a login system, or can it be just
Well, we spoke about this back and forward here within the group, and if we are about to handle and save information about users, we need to have some sort of authentication system in place. And also, if we're going to handle coupons, as I talked about last time we saw each other, that's a necessity. You know, so we need to have that. And as on a higher level, as a business owner, you want to know as much stuff, you know, as much information as possible about your clients, because that you know, everything you know about them is a value of you for you as a business owner. So I would say we are trying to give a non-intrusive way to sign up for this service. So and you want to have recurring customers coming back to you, right? So that's so I would say that I would recommend you to keep this registration process.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like as simple as it can be, just email and phone number, or what kind of parameters that needs to be there?
At this point, correct. At this point, we are only saving email and password, and also a name. Is that right?
Click register.
Once again, Christian?
Click register.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so name, email, and password. So this is the. So
okay, yeah,
if we
that's
go
perfect.
Thomas makersacademy.se. So let's register and see what's up. Not.
Look at the console. No, I mean the console in the
Is it possible to give me the link for the front end one?
Sure.
I can.
I thought you had that already.
If you can just drop it in this message box, then I can just try in my computer, see how it looks.
What am I seeing here? No access control allowed is present on the request resource. Okay, so gotcha. We figured it out, right? You got application error from the well.
Oh, application crashed.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. It happens. We figured it out. Christian, you can write up a bug report on that, perhaps. So anyway.
Well, I just tested on my side the same Heroku web, and it looks like it's working.
Okay. Well, we don't have to. I mean, this is a story that can be accepted. However, we need a bug report on the distribution issue. Okay.
Sure.
All right. And client authorization backend. Okay. Yes. So it was more of a chore actually than a story, to be honest, because there is no user story attached to it, and this is nothing that the client will actually see in use, or at least a part of the story. So Sherry, just trust me when I say that this is in place, okay?
Yeah, no worries about it. Actually, you don't. We can just. You can actually tell me briefly. I don't
Okay.
too much in details. Because I fully trust you guys and you are the experts there.
Okay. So expose image URL. So I think I can go to post.
So can I register myself there in this? I'm at the operators now.
Sure you can.
Let me
Guys,
see.
well, how do I access this API? Can somebody showcase this endpoint?
It's /v1/menus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I was able to register now on the front end. I don't know why it crashed on your side.
Can you check the logs on the Heroku, Raul?
Well, I have the logs running continuously in the background. If somebody's crashing, I can try to do this again. If nobody does anything for just a second.
Okay.
All right. So don't use that. I just gonna register again, and it worked. Yeah, it worked. So now if we go to the backend application,
It doesn't list the users for some reason.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So let me just stop this for a second. Should bear with us because we need to figure this out anyway. Roku Rails console. And now we're just gonna see. Come on. This is so slow here. User last. Yeah, so there is a user.
It is persisted, but it's just not displaying on active admin for some reason.
Okay.
Because I logged out my.
Okay. So user count. We have 9 users.
Yes.
So user clients. Okay. But there's only one user client. Huh. User admin. Okay, that's weird. There's something wrong with the scope of the user, which is really weird. Surprising we did it. So sometimes we're not admin. Is admin true? So this should actually. Isn't this weird?
Where is admin is false?
It's the scope works because it's only.
Yeah, that's weird. But anyway, I think we can figure out.
Oh, okay, okay. So this is the reason. Here the admin is nil. All right, I gotcha. So I have to rewrite that scope. No problem. Got it. Okay. Sorry about that.
Let's put on the database by default to be false.
Yes.
We
I
can
think
do
that
that.
will fix that.
Yeah, that fixed the problem. Yeah. So, about this image on the endpoint. So here we go. V1 menus. Yes. So this is the. Shafiq, this is what front-end application sees when it asks for some info about the menus. And here you have for each menu item, 2 URLs that points to an image.
Okay.
Do you care to explain this?
I think the one is thumbnails, and then the other one, it's different sizes, I think.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So for every menu item you see, you will be able to see an image, which in turn means that guys that are developing the front-end application will to retrieve that and show it instead of these placeholder images that are showing there right now. They will be able to show the images that are attached to that item. Okay?
Yep.
All right.
So in between I managed to register in the web page. So
You did?
I have a account there now.
All right. That's good. That's good.
So it worked.
That's good. And that's about it from our side in terms of the stories that we have been working on. What we have also been developing, but we haven't implemented that yet, is a better way to see the orders and be able to update orders from the back end. I have a local solution for that that is partially working. We weren't able to push that out yet.
Okay. So do I read it right that right now, until now, as a user, we can go to the menu and we can add to cart.
Yeah.
And when we go to the checkout button, we can see what we have selected, but we cannot press the submit button yet.
No, you cannot press the submit button yet. That's a matter of next step before we can implement that. But we have everything in place, so that it can be implemented. But there's this final little step to write that code that implements that.
So what will happen when you submit? Will it ask for a card number, credit card number?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what are the payment systems we are going to use?
We are now thinking about implementing the Stripe credit card processing API.
Thomas, we had a brief discussion about this yesterday.
Will work.
I will tell you that in just a second, Shefik. Raul is just saying something to me for right now.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so about the payment, this is what after you yesterday, we discussed that what will happen is when the customer presses the submit button, we make a request to the API to create the order on the system, and then he's gonna get a confirmation on the page saying that the order was placed and so on. Then he can review, he can then see a list of the potential, all the orders that he has placed, including the one he just made now, and he can decide to click on a button to pay right the second using the Stripe integration that we will implement, or he can pay when he goes at the store and collect the...
That's not possible. We cannot do that.
We cannot do that.
No, we cannot, because I'm just, Shefik, I'm sorry, just to Raul.
Yeah.
So what happens is that due to the tax authority regulations, we cannot accept any payment in store at all. We want to move everything. Today, Shefik is accepting credit card payment in his on location, but due to regulations and our willingness to bypass some of the regulations, we want to move all transactions out of his store and to be conducted online.
Okay. Still, that's not really an issue, because then once the problem with that is that we were discussing and we figure out that what if he makes the payment and then he comes back, by the time he comes back to the system, we figure out that maybe there's no more items available for the order he was trying to place. So that's why we thought maybe we first create the order and then we give him the possibility to then carry on with the payment with Stripe.
Yes. So absolutely, because that's an overwhelming risk that somebody will order the last dish under the stock inventory control system. We have to reserve that dish for him,
Yes.
and then give him enough time to punch
go
in
in.
his credit card number, etc.,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
finish the checkout. Absolutely.
Okay.
That's right assumption. Yeah.
Okay.
So, Shafiq, did you guys have that conversation, or just by hearing half of it?
No, I can only hear you actually. I cannot
Okay,
hear
so
you.
what we are discussing is just you asked what will happen after he clicks the checkout button. What we do, we in the system reserve that dish for that particular person, so we don't have a risk of letting him insert his credit card information, and while he's doing that, somebody else buys the last portion of your chicken tandoori. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
so what we do, we reserve that chicken for him, then give him enough time to punch in his credit card information, and then we process that. And if there's something wrong with his credit card and we cannot accept his order, then the reservation is released. But that's something that we will implement. But
Right.
getting back to the Stripe integration, Stripe system. Stripe is a credit card processing service. Stripe. Right. Thomas, you're a note. Okay, here we go. So Stripe is fairly easy to implement. It costs 2.9% and 2.8 crowns per successful charge. So there is no monthly fees, and etc. So I don't know how much you are paying to iSettle right now.
Well, actually a lot lower than what you was showing now.
Okay. How much does iSettle charge?
iSettle charge like 2.8%, and that's it.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Well.
And the percentage depends on the total amount at the end of the month as well. So the higher the amount goes, the lower the fee gets.
Everybody is always telling me that Stripe is the cheapest.
No, not spontaneously. You can see at iSettle how much they're charging.
Yeah.
Which I think is 2.75.
Yeah. So let's see if I can see iSettle API. Let's see. All right. So guys, we're gonna go with iSettle API.
So iSettle has an API. That's perfect.
Well, let's see if we can. iSettle API. Blah, blah, blah.
Because we are already a client for iSettle, so if you need.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, Sampriti, are you following this discussion? Are you still with us? Yes, you are. Okay, so could you do some research about this iSettle business? Yeah. Okay, we take care of that. Absolutely. So we have a look at that and see if we can do something with this API easy enough for us to implement this in Rails application.
Hello.
Yeah.
Just one question: is it illegal in Sweden to like store credit card numbers by a company?
Yes.
Okay.
We cannot store them. We can only store the last 4 numbers.
So, like, if a company which is in like US stores those numbers, will it still be illegal?
Yes, I don't even think it's legal in the United States, to be honest.
Well, I think Stripe does that, so I was just saying.
Well, yes, because Stripe and iSettle and on those companies, they are PCI compliant, and so they have regulatory bodies governing, overseeing their activities.
Okay.
I've been building systems like that, so you have to separate the client data from the credit card data, and also the credit card data needs to be separated. The CVS code and the credit card number cannot be stored in the same server, and everything needs to be encrypted, etc., etc. So these companies can do that, but regular people like us can never. It could take us a year and cost a few, tens of thousands of dollars to become PTA compliant, basically. So it's a very complicated process. So that's why I always say no when somebody asks a question like that.
Yeah, let's not go
Because
over it.
it's very, very complicated. Rails. But what I was hoping you could have a look at is whether there is an iSettle API for Rails, and I think there is.
That is something different, I think.
Yeah, you think so? Okay,
Yeah, that
perhaps.
is like...
Well then, yeah, this is something else. Yeah, but anyway, to cut this discussion short, Shafiq, we will investigate that and see how we can implement that easily. Okay?
Yep, that will be perfect. Excellent. Is there any option or possibility to look at Swish?
Swish is. I did that. I did a research on that again a week ago. There is a plan for them to implement an API, but there isn't any yet.
Okay. Okay.
And people have been crying about that because since Swish is the most popular payment system in Sweden, and
That's right.
a lot of developers are just saying nobody understands how come they don't have an API yet. But yeah.
All right.
So basically, what we identify as the core functionality for us now is the stock inventory system is very crucial. The payment system, of course, is very crucial. A basic reporting system is necessary, and a notification system. So these areas is the areas where we would like to focus our efforts on for the next upcoming 2 weeks, basically. And of course, finishing up all the stuff that wasn't working here today.
Perfect.
Yeah. So anybody from the team, correct me if I'm wrong here, but these are the 4 areas that needs to be fixed. I will interpret the silence as a...
It has been a very excellent job already so far. Thanks, guys, for making it to that far. And I'm sure you will be finishing it soon to this last mile.
Let's have a go around with everybody in the team. Christian, do you have anything to add or ask Shafiq about right now?
Christian left. He went to the Ultra meeting.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. So, Patrick?
Yeah, I have a couple questions, Shafiq, about usability, and just to confirm. So you saw earlier that for your customer, we're collecting the email address. We're not collecting phone number. Is that okay? For instance, frequently you might use a phone number to call and clarify something, a question regarding an order, or you could send an SMS to the number to notify the customer that the order is ready. Not trying to push that on you if you don't need it. We'd rather just stay with what we've got, but I want to confirm that that's okay, that we don't have the phone number.
Shafiq, are you hearing Patrick?
No, I don't hear anybody except you.
Oh. Okay, so what Patrick asks you is,
wow.
Okay, so we are all collecting email address from your clients right now, and what Patrick is asking is if that's okay, or would you like us to collect the phone number, at the registration process or at any other point during the checkout process?
I think to start with, for this registration purpose, I think email is enough. But for the confirmation, definitely, I think it would be good to have the email, SMS, or phone number.
Okay.
So some kind of verification that we can verify when the customer will pick up the food. There should be some kind of verification that the pickup station can verify. And
Oh, okay. So what I'm hearing here is like, okay, you use the word verification, but I mean, we even notify the client by SMS, which is okay. But
yeah.
Do you want him to communicate with you through the SMS system in a way, or?
No,
I mean,
no. I mean, when we confirm his or her order, an email or SMS should go to him or
okay,
her,
all right.
and one copy to the kitchen.
Okay.
So
But is that on, for instance, here when you are in the back end, and you see your orders and you want to change the status, for instance, to from pending to processed. When you click on the processed, when you give it a status of processed, do you want the SMS to be sent out by that time, saying that your order is ready for pickup?
well, that would be nice to have that option,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so what I would say that Patrick, to answer your question, potentially, if I'm understanding Shafiq right here, that during the checkout process, we could have the application ask the client, would you like to be notified by SMS? If so, submit your phone number, and then we could save that phone number in the database. You know what I mean?
Yep, makes sense.
Right, I think that will be a good way. Yes.
Yeah. Well, and then we can present him with a choice. You want to be notified by SMS, or you want to be notified by email, or both, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah.
And we can save that. Okay.
Okay, so
But
we have to
Thomas,
keep in mind
question.
that
How do we
SMS is not
authenticate
going
when
to
the
be
person is
free.
there in the kitchen to pick up? How do we know that's the person?
Well, that was he's gonna get an order number or some QR number or something.
Okay.
We haven't really talked about it yet, so that's a question for the future.
Okay.
Right now, I would say that it's a manual check. Somebody, you ask, he says, "Oh, I ordered 5 chicken tandoori's," and you say, "What's your email address?" And then you just manually check that in the back end, because you see that.
Okay.
So
Would it be too much to create a QR code or a very
no,
simple
no.
code?
It's not too much. It's just it hasn't made a cut yet as a feature.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Okay, Raul had a question. Let's hear it.
Yes.
I was just pointing to the client that SMSs are going to cost him as a client, I think.
Yes.
I think Twilio or whatever platform we'll use will charge him a fee per SMS.
Yes. So Raul is pointing out that the SMS services are not free. The ones that we can use in various applications, the most common one is called Twilio. It's an American company that operates worldwide, and they charge a few per SMS. So this is something that will cost you money, probably.
But I know that Google has also the same service without any fee.
Really?
Because you can get SMS from Google as well.
Then we'll have to investigate it.
Yeah. We have to check it out.
I don't know how it works though. I don't know.
We'll
how
have to investigate.
No. Free text messages, Google Voice. The web using a mobile app. Okay, we can check it out, definitely. There is something called Google Voice, guys. Let's have a look at that. Okay. Patrick, you had any more questions?
Yeah, I do. I'll enter in the chat box as well.
All right.
But the next one is basically how many items
How
would
many
appear?
items would appear in a typical daily menu?
There you go. Yep.
Maybe 3.
Okay. All right.
Okay, no problem then. No follow up on that. If there was 30, it'd be a different.
Yeah.
I'd ask additional questions. So we're good.
Okay. Cool. All right. So anybody else have any questions right now? Nope.
Not from me.
Okay. So what we will do here in the next upcoming days, we're gonna implement stories that we still have about the order updates, the images on the front end. We're gonna do some tweaks in terms of the graphical interface. Stuff are looking a little better, and as you see from last week, we've changed the way the back-end application is looking, etc., etc. So what I want you to do for us, Shafiq, is we have this we have this contact us page that is empty right now. We could have something about us. If you could have a document, the story about your restaurant or something, we could have.
Yeah, right. Regarding this front page, the web page that you have, is it editable easily?
No.
It's not.
No, it's not. Actually, it's the only edits you can do is the menus, and you can everything that has to do with the products, because you can log in here at the back end, of course, and you can change, but there is almost nothing you can change in the front end application. It's all programmed and hard coded. So if you want to have some sort of information about the business or what have you, we need to have that info, and we can enter that into the application.
Okay. So if I want to later on, if I want to add more pages, it would not be that simple.
Well, what sort of pages?
Like I said, it's a contact address or maybe about us, one page.
We can add that for you at this point.
All right. But which code you are using? Is it HTML
So,
or
Thomas?
something else?
We are this front-end application is developed in the framework called AngularJS, and it's built on HTML5 and CSS, but it doesn't provide any backend or any content management system in any way. It is.
Okay, but then when it will be ready, and how will it be transferred to the real domain?
Oh, okay. So again, this first of all, this front-end application is a proof of concept. So you will be given access to the source code, as it stands, and we can help you to push this out to a production server, to your own domain, and install it for you. But in terms of modifications that are, again, this is an open source project, so I need to stress out that any modifications that are really business specific for you, they are a little bit outside of the scope for this project. What we can do, if you want to have a contact us page, if you want to have an about page, that's no problem. We can fix that. But if there's anything else in terms of graphic adaptation, etc., this needs to be done a little bit, outside of this particular project.
Okay, perfect. Totally understood.
But everything will be installed on any server that you tell us that this is where I want to run this this application, and I can help you with choosing a good server for you, so that is affordable and good, basically, and we can help to install everything.
All right, perfect, great, excellent. But I already like the way it looks now. So maybe a few more things, but you guys have a few weeks at hand, and I will think about it, how the front page may look like, and if there are a few more buttons that I would like to have. But yeah, I just recalled now. Regarding Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, those kind of social medias, we are creating those accounts now, and we're working on it. And would it be possible to add to this front page?
Yeah, we can have some links down in the footer
Links
or
to
something.
that.
That's not a problem.
At the
But
side or at the footer somewhere.
I would prefer maybe before until like
Okay,
this website is
that's fine.
finished, we should refrain from adding the
Yeah.
links to the
Yep.
social media.
Then I don't have any further question at the moment.
Hold on a second.
Looks great.
Somebody's just telling something. Somebody, go ahead.
I don't think Mohammed can hear me. I mean, for some reason. But what I was saying is like I think it would be better to not post the links of the unfinished website to social media. I think.
I got you. So what somebody said that we should be careful, you know, and posting links to any Facebook account until this front page application is actually done and in production. And I totally agree. But what we can do, we can have placeholders for that. So we can, you know, we can add the Twitter and Facebook icons, but we have to have, you know, those particular links in place until we push that out to production. Does that make sense? Pretty.
Yep, that's perfect.
Yeah.
As long as there's a room for it, is fair.
Yeah. So, all right. Does anybody else have any questions right now?
No.
I think we're all set. Okay.
Me.
All right. Okay. So I would recommend that we extend this project for another 2 weeks at this point, so we can have a decent chance to, you know, finish off those features that we are working on right now and tackle those 4 areas we spoke of earlier. I don't think that this is too complicated for us, and given how far we've reached right now, I think the next sprint will give us enough time to be able to ship a working version of this application. And that's something that I will be participating in. So, what do you say, the dev team?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm asking the guys, the developers.
Yep.
Raul?
You can repeat the last one again. I didn't catch you properly.
I'm saying that we should. Are you down with extending this project for another 2 weeks at this point?
I'm fine with it.
All right.
I can spend another 2 weeks on that to provide. Look, we lost a week in, I think, 2 weeks back, so at least that week I can cover it. You know, to catch up and try and finish it.
Patrick?
Yeah. So that's
Yeah,
cool
absolutely.
by me.
Yeah, sorry, Raul. Yep, I'm good with that.
All right. And Freddie?
Well, I have no problems with extending, I guess.
All right. Cool. All right, so we're all done for that. So let's make it another sprint, and then we make another decision on you know, whether to continue. I would say that we need to ship out a production-ready application first, with at least the core functionality, and then we'll see if we can maintain this application any further. Okay? Great.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah, sure. At
Right.
least for the back end. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So unless there's anything else, guys, I would say let's call it a night. And send in touch or email, and we set up a new client meeting in 2 weeks, Shafik, okay?
Yep, perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I see you guys later. Cheers.
Yep.
Bye
Yep.
bye.
Have a good evening.
Ciao.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Bye for now.